MK Party celebrates 1-year anniversary.
Now, December will mark a year since the formation of the MK Party by former President Jacob Zuma. The party has grown rapidly since its inception and has become a powerful player in South African politics. Celebrations start this morning at the Vosloorus Stadium, where party leader Jacob Zuma is expected to give an address. Gauteng Spokesperson Bafana Mahlabe joins us now to tell us about the significance of the event and how the party arrived at a decision to have a string of events leading up to the December 15 celebrations at Moses Mabhida Stadium. Mahlabe, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Newsroom Africa.
Thank you, Ms. Chaba, and thank you to the viewers. We are very much excited with this important occasion today of celebrating the first anniversary of the formation of Umkhonto weSizwe Party by our Commander General, His Excellency President Jacob Zuma.
Wonderful.
Today,
Let's talk about this particular day, very important day for the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. What factors have contributed to the MK Party's dominating presence in South African politics, especially in Gauteng, within just a year of your formation?
Indeed, it is because our people in Gauteng have been going through a lot, and we know that generally that is the situation in the country, where there is a poor service delivery, where there is a high unemployment rate, where poverty has gone through the roof, and the issues of crime also. People no more feel safe in South Africa, and this situation has made people to relate to the people's mandate that Umkhonto weSizwe came about, in particular to promote the issue of South Africans being regarded as the aborigines of this country in terms of the land, and also the issue of the African majority of our people not being left in the sidelines of economic activities. So as Umkhonto weSizwe, we are saying we want to make sure that the issue of the land is addressed properly. There is issue of education that is being promoted so that our people can get free education to the tertiary level, and as well as making sure that there is opportunities that are created through economic growth and infrastructure development, because we believe that unemployment cannot be defeated if only the economy is not growing, and it's growing at the rate in which it is at the moment. So as Umkhonto weSizwe, we actually appealed to a majority of our people when we came up with issues of saying we need to promote also Africanism and make sure that we are united, especially the parties of the left, which we call the progressive parties.
All right. So, Bafana, today you're hosting your first anniversary rally in Vosloo, in Ekurhuleni. Why Vosloorus? And do you think Ekurhuleni is your stronghold in Gauteng?
Currently, the stats indicate as such, because from the 29th of May 2024 elections, we actually got, in particular in Ekurhuleni region, more than 14% of the vote, which is very significant. That contributed immensely to the performance of MK Party in Gauteng as a province. As we speak, we've got 8 seats, of which I'm one of those members of provincial legislature representing Umkhonto weSizwe. We also have 1 rep also in the NCOP, but nationally we also have 58 members of parliament, which shows that the contribution of Ekurhuleni made a significant impact towards the number that we got generally.
Let's expand on that a little bit. In what way do you feel that the party's, the significance of its, impact on the province in particular, in what way have you impacted the Gauteng province?
Well, in a great way, because that has even reduced the majority of the ruling party, which is the ANC. And by us being part of those processes, it then means that directly now we're going to be able to influence the lawmaking processes, because remember, one of the basic functions of the legislature is the lawmaking. And on the other hand, we shall also be able to be participating as we do. Like, for instance, I'm sitting on a number of committees like Human Settlements, Infrastructure and Rules Committee, and Community Safety, as well as e-governance. So that by itself indicates that we are able to then can impact in terms of the lawmaking processes, but above all, also to ensure accountability in terms of monitoring and evaluation when we conduct committee oversights, and also holding the executive accountable in the legislature, like the Premier and his MECs.
All right, now let's tackle the big elephant in the room. Now, Bafana, the Umkhonto weSizwe Party's growing momentum and the defection of high-profile individuals from the ANC and the EFF have raised a lot of questions. The likes of Busisiwe Mkhwebane, Advocate Dalimpofu, Floyd Chivambu, and more. Now, let me ask you this. Is the MK Party targeting the EFF with its growing momentum?
Yeah, indeed. The issue of EFF, we are not necessarily targeting anyone. We actually opened this membership of Umkhonto weSizwe to everyone. So we are not making efforts to target any political party. The only thing is that those people who are in these political parties that you've mentioned, like Busisiwe Mkhwebane, Floyd Chivambu, lately Dalimpofu, and many others, it's because they can relate to the policies, the people's mandate of Umkhonto weSizwe, and the direction in which the party is taking, especially being a party that is a leftist party, pro the working class, pro the poor, and in particular, the black people and the Africans in particular. So they feel that they can relate to this party that is saying that it wants to liberate our people totally, meaning that total liberation, which will impact on the economic freedom of our people in South Africa.
Now, as someone with
yes,
as someone with a background in security and intelligence, let's talk about this. What strategies would you propose to address the illegal mining activities in Gauteng?
Indeed, Umkhonto weSizwe has got a lot of wealth of experience and expertise within it. People who come from the intelligence background, myself included, people who were previously in the defense force, the police, So that means that we shall be able to tackle the issue of crime, because if you want to deal with the Zamazamas, you must not deal with them as a piecemeal process, but you must deal with it as a holistic security approach, meaning that we need to clean up, firstly, the illegal firearms that are everywhere in the country, because part of the problem is that those people are using rifles when they go down those holes, and also the issue of access, meaning tightening up the borders as well, because this exodus of, open borders, porous borders, it makes it difficult for the law enforcement agencies to can follow up on these people, and to make sure that everyone that is a foreign person is properly documented and properly registered. Anyone that is not here legally is processed accordingly. So I'm going to make sure that we tighten up the issue of security, border management, and making sure that all the laws of the country are being followed to the letter, including the bylaws. And by the way, at another level, the Department of Minerals and Energy must also take responsibility with regards to this process, because these mines that are open everywhere in the country that are not being followed up, it's an issue of also having not tightened up processes. After people have mined, there are processes of winding up and making sure that those mines at a particular point are rehabilitated but properly. But at the same time, we need to make sure that in that area of minerals and energy, they also take responsibility.
And while we're on this issue, Bafana, how would you ensure that the MK Party's solutions to illegal mining are integrated with broader economic development, job creation initiatives in Gauteng to address the root causes of illegal mining?
Indeed, we'll join it up, because remember, if we safeguard these mines through the processes of ensuring that there are no illegal processes that are happening, then you are opening a window of opportunity wherein we can formalize that sector, making sure that those who have an interest, they can participate legally, and they are South Africans, and the government is going to assist them in terms of formalization and making sure that, small-scale mining, it's also encouraged, but through the proper processes, and also empowerment through economic development processes, and making sure that more people are being hired. Because if we get more and more people participating in this sector legally, so as South Africans, then you are also, by extension, creating job opportunities for those who are less skilled in that environment, but are also playing an important part, and also mitigating the issues of risk, because they also experience very serious tragic incidents in those mines that they are digging.